Welcome to Pandamonium, my Cities Skylines II Let's Play series. In this episode, episode 0, we're spicing up the River Delta map using the in-game editor. Expect some pretty major terraforming of the starting area and custom interchanges to suit my playstyle. And if you'd like a quick tutorial on how to get access to the editor in Cities Skylines 2, just let me know in the comments. Without further ado, let's get into the build. First things first, let's clear out the stuff that doesn't quite fit with what I have in mind for Pandamonium. I'd like a clean slate before we begin, so we'll just demolish a whole bunch of stuff we don't need. Now that we're done with the demolition, we're just going to go in and completely flatten the starting area. Don't worry, we're not going to leave it at flat. There's nothing worse than a completely flat city. So we'll add in a few tiers. This upper tier will be for industry, and then these two bottom tiers will be for our commercial and residential areas, as well as schools and hospitals and all of the like. We'll also come in and edit some of these cliffs that we've made, make them a little bit more natural looking. I'm using the mesa brush that's given in the terraforming tools within the editor to make these look a little bit more natural without just having circular patterns everywhere. And I think it turned out to be quite nice. Now that they're detailed, we can breathe a little bit of life into these cliffs by adding trees. I'll mention now that if you do this yourself, be very careful if you're placing singular trees, because placing a tree over an existing tree will straight up just crash your game. And trust me, I did it multiple times. Like multiple times. It was very annoying. And autosave doesn't work in the editor, so make sure you're saving if you do this yourself. Next up, we're going to be laying down the main highway that runs through our city. I'm trying to follow the forest's natural curves here, but we'll come back later, add more trees, add a little bit more forest, try to make it really blend with the environment and the forest that I have pictured for this area. After that, we're just going to come in and connect this up to the rest of the highway network and to the edge of the map. Now it's time for our first major interchange. This is going to be a roundabout interchange that I've designed for the industrial area. Finding the perfect spot for this took me a few tries. This was something I needed to see before I could evaluate how to improve it and where it really needed to sit, so you'll have to bear with me as I build and delete things a few times here. Eventually, I ended up really happy with the placement, having the roundabout directly over the highway with the pillars not clipping through the lanes of the highway below. And I feel like I really got the on and off ramps to be smooth and transition well into the highways. Moving on to the interchange for our residential and commercial zones. This one's got to be practical but also look good, as this is the entrance to our city. This is one of my favorite interchanges to build. I really like the look of it, and it's super easy to build too. Initially I built it a little bit too big, but you can see me come in and adjust the size of it. It's basically just two roundabouts connected by highways. Really happy with how this turned out. Now that that's built, we'll come in with some detailing. We're adding bushes, trees, and using the Surface Painter tool in Cities Skylines II to spruce up the residential interchange. My end goal here is to build a highly detailed city with the help of the developer tools, at least until we get mods. But don't worry, I'll be playing with full economy and not using the devs tools to advance any quicker or cheat in money or anything like that. I just like having the option of something like the Find It mod in my game and my playthrough. We can't forget about connecting our highways and rail lines. Nothing too noteworthy here, just some pretty simple connections. I must say though, the new road tools in this game are infinitely better than Cities Skylines 1 in my opinion. However, I still can't wait to have mods like Move It available though. I'm really excited for the modding opportunities in this game. Just given what is available through dev mode and the editor so far, I think some of the tools that modders can create early on in this game are going to be really powerful. Throwing in more trees around the highways. The goal is to make it look like we built the roads with respect for the existing forest, minimizing the deforestation and making it look natural. One of the last things we'll do is we'll run an underground electrical line along our major highway from edge to edge, just so that we have access to power from the start, because this map does not have wind. Coming in with a little bit more greenery around this interchange, it's all about creating that seamless blend of nature and infrastructure, in my opinion. And finally, it's time to swap out the old Trumpet Interchange for a new custom one that I think fits our aesthetic a little bit better, because to me, the original seemed a little out of place and maybe a little rushed. Just adding a few finishing touches with some extra ground resources like water, fertile land, and some oil and ore. I basically just didn't like how limited and scattered the resources are on the vanilla map, so we'll add our own. And that's it. Enjoy some cinematic shots of the city that is yet to come. Leave a like and subscribe if you think you would enjoy this series. We also need some name suggestions for districts in and around Pandamonium, so leave those in the comments. And until next time, happy building.